So I had a couple of really good competitive games the other night with some very helpful support from some members of the SAP Dojo, and I want to share these as guidance on how to play different lines in Turtle Pack. So I'll start with this game first. Honestly, don't remember these like at all, so we'll see exactly how they go. I was kind of in a fever dream playing last night. You know when you're just playing, you're in that flow state at 2 in the morning, normal stuff. This is against LeBron James. I think they don't know how to play the end game super well, but their mid game and early game is pretty solid, if I recall correctly. So we're buying pigeons, we're buying pigs, we're looking for triples here. And because we're on Turtle Pack and because it's 6-6 lives, we want to throw on round 2 in order to try to make sure we can get access to snail value if we find snails. Because snails give you extra health if you lost the previous turn. We also have an apple frozen in case we level into rabbit, but we don't. Instead, we're taking this dodo, we're taking... Oh, that goes super fast. We take this giraffe, we take this dodo. Dodo's a bit harder of a line to play in general, I think. You really want to focus on getting your dodo big. And I have this phenomenal positioning called pigeon in the back. You should generally have your bigger units forward. It is awkward rocking the dodo on this board as well, because currently the dodo doesn't have a good buff target. We sell out of our pigeon because we want to be able to get these 2 peacocks on board separate, because it's more important to win the round than it is to hedge for a potential +2 health with rabbit, even though the +2 health would be very nice. We also take this Mingo here. Mingo is just permanent stats on these guys once we get access to a pill, which I think is fine. It's also reasonable to just dig for the triple on the Mingo there. We get a relevant break point, but I think we still win that round regardless because our dodo would be... Oh, no. We would actually lose that round if not for the Mingo. I'm pretty sure. Because we wouldn't have enough attack to kill the kangaroo with the dodo. We wouldn't have had enough HP to live with the peacock on one there. So huge breakpoints for us. I'm considering this garlic, but this garlic's really bad into their board because they have badger. Badger on board means that a small reduction of 2 damage is probably not going to be good enough. And it's better to just get more raw stats onto our guys here. Realizing that, we unfreeze it. We find our peacock level here. We rip this salad because our board is smaller, so there's mostly just good hits. That is not what happened. I did not take that level up here. Let's try that again. I successfully confused the game. Yeah, there we go. We don't need any more peacocks, so we skip it. I don't take these giraffes because realistically, we want to probably liquidate our pig the next turn here, looking for something better. We do finally drop around while greeting here, which is fine. And we can sell out of this pig at any point now. We take our 2 tier-ups here. I actually take a little bit of time to think about this because monkey or shark, it's obviously we take the turkey to get turkey stats onto the monkey or the shark regardless. It's a little bit weird to take the monkey because we'd be getting monkey stats onto peacock instead of dodo unless we front the dodo, which we could do. We could do it. I think what we end up doing is we take this turkey, and I'm pretty sure we end up taking the monkey here and just say, screw it, let's get more stats onto our dodo here. We miss out on 12 attack in battle, which is quite a lot, but it's probably fine. We take this Pengu here. He's got some decent stats now. And we're getting a lot of stats just permanently onto our boys here, which is very, very nice. The only thing that we're really looking for at this point would be a melon. And especially into Rhino here, a melon on our guy is going to be huge. So we stack here. And at this point, this penguin feels pretty bad. Because now it's only targeting the dodo. But it's still a 5-4 on board. It's not good. It definitely would have been better to have maybe not opted for the penguin stack if we knew that we really just want a turtle for the turn. But look at how good this turtle is for us, man. It doesn't win us this round, but we are so much closer. We're in a really good spot, even though we lost that round. And now knowing that this penguin is bad, we just sell it. Do we sell the penguin or do we sell the monkey? Hold up. Okay, no, we sell the monkey. Oh, I get it, okay. So we sell the monkey, we rip a can. The can is probably greedy at this point because it's just +1/+1, but this turkey is still really good. And I consider the whale there for a second. Whale plus turtle with the dodo is just okay, but unfortunately because they have rhino, they'll just chain pop our melon, so it doesn't really fit here too well. But we do find these cows, and at this point the plan is simple. I roll on cows, baby. We dump stats into the turtle here. The reason we dump stats into the turtle is because this turtle's here to stay, and these are biased towards HP, so they're extra good on the turtle compared to the dodo, since the turtle is likely our long-term here to stay forever friend. And bad positioning here with the cow causes us to drop the round. But I don't exactly know where the badger's going to explode, so it's reasonable enough. We take our extra stats here, hoping to be able to tank the badger hit. And we actually take the chocolate milk here. The dodo's still able to use it well. And what if we hit cat? What if we hit something good to like work with here? We take the leopard. Dodo into leopard gives us a lot of potential outs with snipes, and it's just a lot of damage on the board. We immediately kill their guy. Bang, bang. And we are back in this baby. I stake the turtle here because I like the idea of breaking through melon and still killing the rhino here. And since we're not giving the dodo stats to the turtle anymore, it seems just pretty good. We pick up the tiger here because tiger turtle gives us melon onto both of the guys that we care about. It's basically getting that level 2 turtle that we gave up earlier. And we're doing really, really good into their board. They have 2 cats though, that's very scary. They also have level 2 turkey. Very, very weird spot to be in, but they don't have any equipment on their gorilla right now, so their gorilla's not that scary. We take a melon onto the tiger to protect it, and it also just guarantees that we leapfrog back melons onto the rest of our team, which is very nice. They do get melon on their boy this turn, but they don't have enough attack to actually break through melon, so we trade effectively there. And they have a lot of cats. They have level 2 cat as well, but they're not getting the actual stats from the cats because they're too busy buying the cats. We keep getting more HP on our boy Turtle here, hoping that he will be able to get an efficient trade here. And we just rip a cupcake for the turn. Something to note too is that we specifically put the cupcake onto the dodo, not onto the leopard. If we put the cupcake onto the leopard would have higher attack than the dodo and cause the leopard snipe to happen before the dodo gave it extra attack. So we would have actually nerfed ourselves dramatically if I had cupcaked the leopard as I wanted to. That was originally what I was trying to do. People in the court were shouting, they were crying, they were sobbing, and we win! A beautiful game, a beautiful game. On to the next. So this one is a masterclass in how to play against Golden Pack. We do nothing wrong and nothing silly here at all. Double Duck is just a great opener. I like almost every single pet from tier 1 except for Otter. Typically into pack 4, if you're on Turtle Pack, the goal is to kill them early, so tempo pets like Horse and... what's the other really good guy? Horse, Crickets, just getting stats on board. Getting summons on board is really good. Not stats on board. Summons on board. More bodies, more stats. We find our duck level, and we don't have any other ants here. We could take a cricket, lock a cricket, but that's just really bad because we're spending upwards of 6 gold to get our second level up here, and we want to make sure that we're getting duck value onto good tier 2 units. So we opt to not do that, just take the extra duck, and now we get plus 3 HP onto at least 2 units if I'm playing correctly. They go on Bulldog, we're winning the round, which is bad for us because on 2 you want to be throwing. I believe we roll past this. We take another duck because we're sitting here like, all right, more duck value. And at this point, I say we honestly just hedge for tier 4s because I haven't seen anything worth really putting duck stats onto in the shop. So it doesn't make sense to hang on to too much longer here. I lock a pill because the most likely thing I am to buy on this board is tempo. And what's really good for tempo is something like a flamingo. So we lock it for later. We're currently getting Silk Mouthed into Oblivion. Our camel that popped out of the spider did nothing. It is a modern day tragedy. I'm never going to that ant level. I'm never repelling that ant, so it makes sense to sell it. We get another duck on board separate so that we can smoothly take our tier ups if we want to and still get good value. We skip out on that elephant because a 2/2 elephant is atrocious. And none of these guys are worth it in my opinion right now, besides maybe the Mingo, so I opt to just meatbone the duck to try to win the round. We're basically full in hedge for tier 4s. And because of that, we actually draw the round. We don't actually have enough damage otherwise to get the Bulldog down. And here we go. Now, there is a potential to just take Blowfish here, start scaling it with Giraffe, have a Whale on board. Nah, we're taking Bison here. He's my son. He's here. He's ready to get big, get swole. And since we're not selling out of this duck, we need to make sure that we actually stat the Bison as quickly as possible because the advantage of Bison is that he'll just get so big they can't do anything about it. We lock this pill in consideration of maybe pilling, but it's generally bad into a flea board. You typically want to run onboard turtle. And we get to replace our weakness here. And we win the round because we got the onboard turtle. If we had actually pilled the turtle onto the Bison there, we would have lost the turn. Recognizing that I really don't want to take this pill, we unlock it, call it a day. I freeze an apple here because if I don't find anything in the shop that I want to take, we just throw an apple there. The main thing that I'd be looking for is sell Giraffe to get a Peacock on board. But I don't even really want to do that because I still want to get more stats on my guy. A perfect egg into a perfect breakpoint. We still win. Too easy, too easy. And we're just going to take every single pair that we see here. It'd be great if we could get level ups, but at the same time, it's not exactly the priority. I'd rather greed the free apple here. The cans were considerable, but we skipped them because we're just going all in on this Bison here. Our big boy's going to deliver. And ending it all here is committing hard to going more and more on the gold line, but they're on 3 lives now. Typically, the gold line is scary if they have a life advantage, but they really don't here. It's really not that spooky. It's considerable potentially selling out of the Giraffe there just to have a bigger body on the board with a second Bison, but we just stack the Bison. We don't really need 2 separate Bisons. Going ham here. They break our melon, which is really good for them. And they actually break through. Absolutely cracked. We immediately chop at our Bison here. He's our boy. We sell out of the Giraffe, get the Boron for just some tempo. We take some Crocs here because honestly, Crocodile does really well into Golden Pack for denying scam units. They really... or not really scam units, but tech units like PDF, like Saiga Antelope, so on and so forth. They're not likely to run them, but I may as well have it just in case it's relevant. It's completely irrelevant here, so we're just probably going to sell out of the Croc next turn. Since their board is not telegraphing that they're going to have any interest in that to begin with. Between these two, Wolverine and Tiger, Tiger is just a really good utility pet. So we pick him up, hoping to be able to make some breakpoints here, and we go for the turtle level, so that turtle can be Bison's new best friend, and we can get rid of this duck. Because right now, this duck is essentially a funny-looking monkey for our Bison. A funny-looking monkey that actually gets us the win there. Very nice, very nice. And we are able to replace our boy. Goodbye, my son. And we could legitimately consider pilling the turtle at this point, but it'd be so bad because we still want the Bison scaling. So there's no reason to really get off of this, even though they don't have any of the reasons that you'd run onboard turtle. Namely, flea, squid, anything that creates ailments, essentially. We're still getting really good trades into them. We barely lose this round, but they're on lethal. They are on lethal, and they are in trouble at this point. And we've got the biggest threat around. This guy one-shots something on their board. The only play they have around it is this egg. We get the mushroom. We mushroom our scorpion. Now, even if they egg it, it doesn't even matter. It is dead. We don't bother locking the boar in the back because I just don't see us keeping it too long. We kill, and their biggest unit died to just a scorpion. So yeah, that's how you Bison game. That's how you Bison game. They definitely weren't being greedy going gold line into somebody that had the life advantage on them. And then this last game out here is, oh, it's so good. It's so good. It's so good. You guys are gonna love this one. So we get a rainbow board here because we didn't find any doubles. Totally fine, totally reasonable. We take a cricket in the back for tempo. The horse probably loses this around. Not really worth it. And cricket does, in fact, win us the round, where horse would have lost us the round, which is great. We take our 2 ducks, and at this point, we're just looking for a potential extra bit of stats here. We find a cricket instead, so we sell. We lock these breadcrumbs, and cricket is now on the board. We still might run into a rabbit on level up, so it's worth hanging on to them. And we don't really want to give the breadcrumbs to anything on our current board here. Not even a little bit. We lose the round, so that means we can get snail value, but we recover our life, so it's totally fine. And here we take our level up because there's a rat in the shop. There's rat elephant. The line is clear, the path is simple. We take the rat, we take the elephant. There's definitely nothing they could do about this. We give our man a little bit of a breadcrumb. We give our other guy a little bit of an apple. 4 attack is so much more relevant than 3 attack. These small increments are really important, honestly. And I know that I'm going to be using a meat bone here to be able to just pump extra attack onto these guys. There, Chihaha fixes our bad positioning. And we are able to just ruin their team with big numbers. There's another rat. I mean, the line is easy. The line is simple. We throw a meat bone on our boy here, knowing that we want him to have just a little bit more attack. We double sell here, because again, all I care about is getting more attack on these guys. I cycle a beaver, I rip an apple. All we care about is attack on these guys, so... The crickets in the back weren't really doing anything. I'd probably be selling out in the next turn, so we just do it now. We won another round, and they're currently scaling, but there's not too much they can do in the exact moment that we are killing them. We find a giraffe. We're hoping for camel, maybe. Camel be kind of good. We take a spider in the back just as a hedge to win the round. They get their sea urchin now because they have access to seaweed, so they're going to be nuking our HP. But we have such high HP that it almost certainly doesn't matter. That being said, this spider does nothing other than show up to die. I think I took that level immediately hedging for the potential of getting blowfish. We take a really bad rabbit here. Rabbit's a really good unit, but you don't want to be taking it this late. You really don't want to take it this late. It's just not worth the stat investment because essentially you're spending 3 gold for maybe 2 or 3 HP when you could be buying a pet that actually does something in battle. They've got Anteater tempo now with Capybara stats on them, so that's pretty scary for us. We rip these double cans knowing that we have to abandon this fort at some point because our guys on deck are kind of the worst. And we pair our elephant. There's still not too much value in throwing garlic on it, I feel like, because they could just baguette us at any point. But we could also just force them to baguette us. We position like this so that our dirty rats will be killed by the spider. But they just have too much gas in the tank. Now it's looking a little bit dire. You may be saying, Nick, how do we turn this around? What is the solution here? Well, one more pair is going to solve this. This rabbit's actually kind of paying off at this point. And then another pair will solve the situation. We don't need level ups on turn 9. We just need more pairs. So now with our infusion of stats, we will surely not lose as we die to an ant. So it's looking really scary. We're at the life disadvantage here. They have a level 3 that's above 10 attack, which means they can go for starfish if they really want to. We get a cow cycle in here. We probably just keep the cow on board because at this point we do need to just high roll on cows likely to keep up in terms of scaling. Penguins are way too late, way too late. We find the blowfish here, we immediately sub him out, and we pair onto the blowfish because if the blowfish dies from the elephant, we're feeling really bad about it. Positioning's not ideal here, but not a ton that we can do about it. They have a big ol' sea urchin here. And we have the most precision-aimed blowfish around that only hit the leech, never hit the trike, but we're still losing. We need to spike level 2 blowfish or we need to get a camel. But right now, we're just not making it. So the skunk will help bring the leech or the guinea pig into range. This melon is honestly pretty awkward to figure out how we want to position it, so we just opt to throw it onto the elephant here. We lose out on potential rat value on our elephant. My recording might have crashed, but we're back. So, where were we? Right. We're in a little bit of trouble. We're on 2 lives here. But we're finally making our comeback, I believe. I believe before this we were losing on a streak. We get our blowfish level, which is a huge power spike. We find these double cats in the shop. And at this point, we know that we need to get a bit more strength off of our guys here. Our rat's not doing it anymore. No! Okay, I didn't calf combine there, that's why I went back. So we sell off with the rat, because the rat's no longer really carrying its weight at this point. And this skunk is actually kind of bad for us because this leech feeds us triggers. It's not doing a lot of damage on its own. And so we're able to use it to just smack the rest of their team. And these 2 separate cats mean that we're able to get a lot more value from our foods. You get a minimally helpful turtle there. The baguette doesn't actually do them any good, but we're able to just play around the baguette next turn. And we barely lose this round, so it's looking really scary for us at this point. But we do have the cat level. We've got the tiger in the shop. We just need some good foods. We don't immediately buy the tiger because I know I'm not going to be able to hit level 3 of it or level 2 of it in one turn because we just don't have the money for it. We find a cow in the shop, so we're rewarded. We're able to spend all of our money on foods and still get the cycle in, which is really, really nice. Well, spend all our money on foods and get the tiger in within our gold value. We back the turtle because baguette means that we're very likely to just lose the melon, and if we don't lose the melon to baguette, we're still getting a low value melon on the elephant there. A very convincing win now at this point. We care a lot more about the level up on elephant here, and we don't need the cow anymore, so we sell out a cow to be able to target our stat foods onto the guys that matter. We don't rip this pizza because the level on elephant is so much more impactful. Lock this mammoth in case we find pill. Find so much good food in the shop. And at this point, we're just bang bang, take out their entire team, and there's not much they can do about it. God. Ellie Blowfish. It just hits different. So we rip pizza 1, rip pizza 2, both targeted on the guys that probably need the help the most. And we just take a cheeky little scam Scorp here. No reason to feed them triggers unnecessarily. And we could cycle Mammoth Pill, get a partial level on our tiger here. And we could consider one-upping the elephant if we feel like we need the extra triggers on it. But it's an easy closeout. And my god, that right there is how you beat Star Pack. Surely. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate you all tuning in. And if you like the video, all that good stuff. Goodbye. Bye, bye, bye.